So I forgot what thing we were on, but I think we just started like a new step. We're still on the regular step 3 stuff, so we're not in the DLC area just yet for this step. Right? What is with the FPS thing? Huh? Oh, whoops. Okay. Well, whatever. It was cooler than usual, the sun barely peeking over the tops of the houses. You stood outside your house, on the footpath near the road, waiting for Cove. You yawned loudly, covering your mouth with the back of your hand. Mornings were always a struggle. Oh, were we sneaking out of the house with Cove? With your travel bag clutched in one hand, you watched as Cove finished packing up his car. He had organized all sorts of things. Water bottles, snacks, and who knows. Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember. I remember now. We're gonna go see Kara, Mommy, in Nevada, and we're gonna go on like a little car trip. Just me and Cove. Ooh. Cove insisted he had everything under control and didn't need help. At least you could rest easy, knowing that it was all taken care of. Yeah, all alone with Cove right after we started dating? Oh my god. As you waited, you glanced over Cove's car. You knew it well. It used to belong to Mr. Holden, and when Cove had learned to drive, it passed to him. His dad had taken the opportunity to get a newer one. Ooh. It was pretty old at this point, but had served both of them well so far. You just hoped it had enough life left in it to survive a trip as long as the one you were embarking on. I know a lot of people get like their cars passed down from their parents, but the first thing that came to my mind is, oh, that's convenient. They don't need to make new background sprites for the inside of Cove's car. The slam of a door closing made you jump. You snapped back to focus and saw Cove was walking towards you. He dusted his hands off on his pants and tilted his head towards the car. By the way, chat, is my thing still having the static? I don't think I saw anyone say whether or not my voice had the static in it or not. That's it. Ready to go? I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check. Testing. I'm gonna check. Testing. Okay, it sounds fine. I didn't hear myself anything. Okay, yeah. I didn't hear anything either, so I think we're all good. Yeah, I'm ready. He smiled and stepped aside, giving you space to situate your own bag where you wanted it. Once everything was safely inside, he glanced back at you.
Alright.
We should get started. It's gonna be a ways to go. Yeah, I think, God, how long was a car trip to Nevada? I wanna say it's at least as long as a car trip to LA from, like, where I am at. I wanna say, like, it's a 4-hour trip. Yeah, let's give him a high five. You returned it happily, chuckling at your enthusiasm. No, he returned it. The two of you climbed into the car and buckled up. Cove in the driver's seat and you sitting shotgun. His eyes moved to you.
Thank you.
Thanks again for coming on this trip with me. Yeah, no problem. Of course, it's no problem. After checking the mirrors and starting the engine, you pulled out of the driveway and the trip began. With small sigh, you got cozy in your seat and watched the familiar houses in your neighborhood pass by. Okay, I just got here. Who is being gay on Maine so far? Just me and Cove. We started dating. So... and we're going on a car trip to go see Kara. Oh, I think this is our first time seeing Kara since step 3. Also, so... I'll get to see what she looks like when she's a little more milfy. Good morning, by the way. Hope everyone is doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I just woke up. Oh, it's this trip. Oh, is this a good one? I mean, I have a feeling this is gonna be romantic because we're like going on a trip by ourselves. Like, oh, really? Ooh. Rip Twi, they're gonna have to watch the VOD possibly. Yeah, Twi was here earlier, but Twi had to go do something. So he'll probably miss out on Mommy Kyra. Clove reached over to turn on the radio. A crackle of static, mixed with the odd snippets of song, filled the car as he flipped through the stations. Mr. Holden's car was in good condition, but it was, well, older. There was no way to plug in a phone to play music, so the radio had to do. Can't you get like little extensions for that? His car actually looks like it could probably play music, like with that touchscreen. I know my family has like a USB thing where you can connect your phone. Eventually, he settled on top 40 station before sitting back and resting both hands on the wheel. I want to listen to Radio Disney. Is this okay? I want to listen to Radio Disney. But yeah, top 40 is fine. Like, yeah, if I were to listen to like a radio station, it would probably be like that. Yes, you know what I like. How could I forget? Rich people. Yeah, my god. He smiled, happy with the answer. Time flew by, and with it, the scenery outside your window became more and more unfamiliar. Neither of you spoke for a good long while, but the quiet was comfortable. You'd become all too used to each other's company over the years. Favorite Disney song? Go. Oh, that's a good question. Probably... Mine would probably be like a Little Mermaid song. Like, probably like Part of Your World, or maybe Let It Go. But like, if we're talking like not like Disney movies, I remember I had a CD for Hannah Montana that I listened to a lot as a kid. I wanted to be like Hannah Montana when I was a kid. I remember I had the Hannah Montana wig that they sold at stores, and I would put it on and be like, I want to become an idol. That one unused Emperor New Groove song. There's an unused Emperor Groove song? Oh, that one was a banger. It is a banger. Ooh, oh yeah, and the Mulan song, like the Become a Man. I really like that song too. Did you ever hear it? No, I have not. Yzma's Villain song. What? I never knew there was an unused song. And the story was more darker. Ooh. Eventually, Cove broke the silence, clearing his throat softly before he spoke. It's been too long since you and I have spent time with my mom. I know she still comes to the neighborhood sometimes, but it's not even once a year. I'm always going to hers. I'm happy the two of us are doing this. Yeah, are we gonna tell your mom that we're dating? Yeah, me too. But speaking of your mom and trips, remember the time she took us on that crazy drive all across town? Reaction now. Oh my god, hold on. Will this get me copyright struck? It's a Disney song. So I'll probably get copyright struck. Well, I can just mute it, I guess. It's the same, you burned your wig thinking you can flat iron it? Oh no. It's a little quiet. I think it will strike you. I might as well mute if you want to listen to it right now. Yeah, I can't really mute it for you guys without muting it for myself. So I'll put this in a watch later. I will listen to this later. I don't want Disney to come for my ass. Yeah, if I mute it for myself, or if I mute it for you guys, I can't hear it either because of how my audio setup is. I don't have two headphones. I could easily subside it if I had two headphones and had one plugged into one and one plugged into another. But yeah. Speaking of your mom and trips, remember the time she took us on that crazy drive all across town? He shook his head at the memory, his laughter clear and bright. Oh, I remember. I kept worrying about papers and shoes while you were having a blast. Damn, copyright is such a pain. This is why we will never have a new Marvel vs. Capcom game. Oh, yeah. I'm sad that we are past that era of, fighting games now. It's everything's just, legal issue upon legal issue. Wait, why can't we all just have fun? She said it was dumb. What a response. Yeah, it was an amazing night. He smiled quietly to himself, clutching the wheel a little more confidently. With the crinkling of his eyebrows, a look of nostalgia crossed over Cove's features. Mom always knew how to make things memorable. I can't deny that. Silence slowly crept back into the space, both of you thinking back on that night and all the memories you had of it. Why can't we do a fatality to Superman again? Yeah. Well, I guess the fatality's got kryptonite in it, so it's dangerous to him. Your elbow resting on the windowsill, you gazed out at a world that was slowly coming to life as the morning rolled on by. The sun climbed higher in the sky, forcing you to adjust the visor overhead to keep it out of your eyes. Hey, do you mind reaching back for me? Cove gave you a sidelong glance as he drove, indicating with a nod of his head and a tiny smile. I remember Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. Oh, really? That is the unfortunate nature of crossover games. Yeah, I'm wondering if we're ever gonna get another Smash Bros. Every time I get a Smash Bros, they say, it'll be the last one, but then, everyone's well, looking forward to the next Smash Bros game. But honestly, with all of the stuff that got added to Ultimate, I wouldn't be surprised if this really was the last Smash game we ever got. Especially because they got Sora in it. You know? I feel like Sora had to be a really big legal battle to get in. The game was trash, but those were the good games. I remember watching a video from Tom Scott about copyright. Music law is broken as fuck. For reference, a patent for a product lasts 20 years. A song, you get it until you're dead, plus 70 years. My god. Yeah, I have so many funny copyright stories of, uploading my shit to YouTube. I think, well, not even YouTube, Twitch too. I got, a DMCA from Twitch for Eve of all things, when I played Eve. And it wasn't even, it was, a content mismatch. For some reason, they detected, the sound of the wind as a metal song or something, and I was Eep doesn't have metal songs, and I don't listen to metal songs, so I don't get how it detected that. And then I think in the past for Pocket Mirror, in the original version when I played that, I got a copyright on YouTube for the sound of wind as well, and I'm damn. You can't have RPG Maker base sound of wind, apparently. YouTube and Twitch hate that. What the hell? Damn, that's annoying, yeah. If they ever do another Smash, it won't ever be able to top Smash Ultimate, yeah. I feel like we either will never get another Smash, or if we do, it's gonna be severely cut back in terms of fighters. YouTube I followed got a DMCA for cricket noises. My god. Weirdly enough, it was Square Enix that was the legal nightmare, apparently. Disney was like, yeah, okay. Oh, really? Really? Oh, wow. I mean, honestly, I remember the initial debacle with Cloud and how, like, they wouldn't allow, like, hardly anything from Square Enix. So that makes sense. That actually makes sense. It's not gonna announce that if there ever is another Smash 1, he won't direct it. 2, it won't have as many guest characters. Yeah. Must be some abstract metal music. Yeah, they gave Cloud nothing! They really didn't in the original game that he was in. Like, my god. They fixed it with, like, adding Sephiroth. Like, gave a few more stuff for the Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy fans, but my god, you hardly had anything initially. I want some chips, the salt and vinegar ones. You can never go wrong with those.
Right?
Eat whatever you want to. I brought a bunch of everything. I've been getting really into like the kettle cooked chips instead of like the regular chips. They can be a little hard, though. The texture of it can be a little hard on your teeth, but I like it. Stretching out the seatbelt to give yourself space, you twisted in your spot and reached into the bag holding the snacks. Took a bit of effort to sort through the collection of goodies stuffed inside, but eventually the bag of chips crinkled beneath your fingers as you pulled them out and sat back in your seat. Here. Final Fantasy fans seething over Minecraft having better representation with only one character. Yeah, Minecraft went all out on like the representation. Good for the Minecraft fans, but man, being a Final Fantasy fan and playing Smash sure is something, huh? Thanks. Do you mind opening it? It was so sad, especially with how everyone else came with whole ass albums and stuff. Yeesh. I remember they added more in Sephiroth just because Square Enix felt embarrassed. Yeah. I wonder if like the main reason they added Sephiroth was, holy shit, we need to add more Final Fantasy VII stuff. I wonder if we would have gotten like a different Final Fantasy character. But then again, Sephiroth's also very iconic, so... His eyes lit up at the prospects of the snacks, and you shook your head in amusement, popping the top of the bag. Hi there, Fukyu! Hello, good morning! Want me to feed them to you? His eyes widened, the hint of a blush creeping over his cheeks, but he steadfastly continued to face the road. Say, ah! It's me, I'm Final Fantasy fans. No, that's okay. Can you just pour a few into my hand? Aw, damn. Can't be cute? I mean, also it's probably advertising for the FF7 remake stuff. That is also true. I know Cloud definitely was for FF7 remake. Yeah, sure. Thanks. We look lame in comparison. We gotta fix our image. Yeah, man. So it shows how kinda like bad Square Enix was. Cove held out one outstretched hand. He did your best to have the chips fall into his palm, but some did end up on the floor. He's so cute, I swear to God. He really is. I love Cove. After that, you rolled up the top of the bag and stowed the chips safely in the back again. When you turned to the front, it was to find Cove crushing the fistful of chips into his mouth, crunching loudly. He wiped his hand on his pants absent-mindedly before gripping the wheel and spilling crumbs all over the place. Oh yeah, when do you guys think the FF7 Part 2 of the remake will like have a cutoff point? Cause like the first one was just through Midgar, but this one has like 2 discs apparently. So I'm wondering if it's like all of the disc 1 content. But then I've only heard news that you can have like Yuffie and Red. So I wonder if they even get to Golden Saucer in that part. Yeah, this one is more open world and it reaches up to Cosmo Canyon too. Oh, okay. So it reaches up to Cosmo Canyon. Let's see. Like a little kid. I would just laugh at it. I don't think I'd say anything about it. You couldn't stop the amused sound that escaped you, and when Cloud raised a questioning eyebrow, you simply shook your head. The hours drifted by much the same as that, with the two of you snacking and chatting as the day stretched on. It was fairly calm and quiet, traveling along the open road, and you found little in the way of interruptions. At one point, you passed a Welcome to Nevada sign, and Cove gave a tiny cheer. He was in disbelief that the two of you were seriously all the way in another state like this. Eventually, you had to stop for gas and made a detour at a small diner to grab a proper meal that didn't consist of chips and candy. Ooh. We had a little diner date. After refueling both the car and your stomachs, the drive was back on, just as the sun began dipping beneath the horizon and bathing the sky in a wash of orange light. Damn, I thought we left like early in the morning. I would have thought we would have got there by now. Cove informed you there wasn't too much longer left to go. You were almost there. Cause like, I've been to Nevada once with Yume. We did like a car ride over to Nevada. It didn't take too long to reach there, and I think this game is set in California, so it would have like about the same amount of time. Like, I think we got there by midday and when we started in the morning. When night eventually fell in a blanket of darkness, the drive finally came to an end. Yeah, there was a recent trailer that showed Bugenhagen lore dumping, so it looks pretty far in disc 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm wondering if that's gonna happen. I don't want to read it out loud just in case, because of spoilers. But I do wonder if that is gonna happen in the remake or not. I've heard a lot of people theorizing that it's not gonna happen, or that maybe you can have a choice to prevent it. I would personally really like a choice to prevent it, to appease both the fans that want it to still happen, and also the fans that desperately don't want it to happen. Cove pulled into the parking lot of Kyra's apartment building, the glow of the car lights disappearing as he turned off the engine and let out a heavy sigh. Never thought that the term fake remake or company-produced fanfiction could be used to describe an AAA game. We made it. We're here. The two of you exchanged tired smiles, having successfully and safely completed one half of the trip. You were relieved to have actually arrived, and eager to get out of the car and stretch your legs. A choice would be neat. I just worry about whether Square Enix would want to program that continuity in mind, LMAO. That's true! They should do Strangers of Paradise again. Never played it, but the I'm here to kill chaos memes were funny. Oh yeah, I've never really heard of Strangers of Paradise. But yeah, I personally would really like a choice, just cause if I had the choice, I would not want it to happen. You took the stairs up to the building together. After a knock, you were abruptly met by a flash of green hair, as Kyra opened the door and immediately took her son in her arms. Oh my god, wow. She looks even better. Oh my god, I love the hair. I love how wavy it is, the little braids. Oh my god. Ooh, she looks so cute. There he is, my gigantic baby boy. She squeezed him for a moment and then pulled back so she could examine his face. Strangers of Paradise generally looks like it has a neat story, and I love how unintentionally funny it was. Ooh, I'll have to check that out then. Oh, cute. Kyra leveled up to a MILF. She's wearing this one. Oh my god, she is. It's a good thing she doesn't have her hair in the dead mom hairstyle. Are you even taller than the last time I saw you? Cove gave you a look and rolled his eyes amusedly as she patted the tops of his shoulders proudly. You say that every time I'm here. It doesn't even make sense right now. My last visit wasn't that long ago. Kyra simply laughed before letting him go fully and ushering the two of you into her apartment. Then she turned to you, a wide grin pulled at her lips. Yeah, Kyra looking fucking great. Oh my god. Yeah, aging just makes her better. She's like fine wine. Penny, it's so nice you came along with. And as a bonus, you both arrived in one piece. Yeah, it's good to see you. It's been a long time. Kyra beamed at you both, and while you would have loved nothing more than to settle down and rest after the drive, you could see she wasn't gonna let you go that easily. So, how was the trip? I admit I was just a pinch worried. I think Strangers of Paradise probably would be more satisfying if you were a bit familiar with the first Final Fantasy too. Ooh. Bunny and Co babbling about Square Enix and the car ride. Yeah, I think I played a bit of Final Fantasy 1. I remember I had like a Final Fantasy collection on like the PSP. And it had like, I think Final Fantasy 1 through 3. Yeah, it's related to the first Final Fantasy game. Okay, so it's like Warrior of Light stuff. That makes sense why you guys mentioned Chaos then. Yeah, we barely made it. Cove gave you a dry look, a small smile tilting his lips. I just want to see if a cynical dude I follow on YouTube is right and there would be a paradoxical anomaly leading to a playable Sephiroth good guy that wants to kiss Cloud on the lips. Damn. That would be something. That would sure be something. Okay, my question though, if Sephiroth's playable, if they redeem Sephiroth and make him a good guy, like, who would be the antagonist? Cause like the entire game from what I've been playing so far has been, we need to find Sephiroth. We need to find Sephiroth. We handled it just fine. Okay, I made my 2 contributions to the memes. I may or may not continue later on. Ooh, nice. Looking forward to seeing them. Kyra clapped her hands together, the bracelets around her wrists jingling. He always wants to kiss Cloud on the lips, so if anything, I'd be surprised if he wouldn't. True. I'm so proud. I can hardly believe how mature you both are. Where did all those smarts come from? Cliff ran a hand over his hair with an awkward chuckle. Oh, not redeem him. He's from another timeline. Eh?
I don't know.
Maybe I got some from my parents. His mom looked up at him deeply, her eyes glistening as she shook the sentimentality off with the wave of her hand. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you guys could not spoil me on FF7 Remake, I would appreciate that. I'm still not sure whether I want to go and play FF7 Remake once I'm done with the original FF7. You have to be half asleep already, huh? I don't want to keep you up much longer. Early morning and any whoosies. How do you want to deal with the sleeping arrangements? I've only got my own room in Coves, though the living room couch isn't bad. Bunny can use my bed. I'll just sleep on the floor in the room. It doesn't matter for one night. We can sleep together! Kyra laughed out loud, startling you both. You raised an eyebrow at her outburst, giving her a quizzical look. Oh yeah, you'll just stay on the floor. You couldn't handle that much back when you were 13, with both your parents in the room. Cole flushed with dark red and gaped. I saw Jackie say no, so I'm just not gonna look at chat right now. Cove blushed a dark red and gaped, completely unprepared for her to pull out that embarrassing moment from the past. If you could just DM me when the chat is cleared, Jackie, I would appreciate it. Because I'm not gonna look at chat right now. Let's see. I don't know whether I should get annoyed or like laugh it off. I'll put a hand on Cove's arm in a show of support. He gave you a grateful smile, and Kyra cooed at the two of you.
Hey!
Mom! She finally let it drop and you tried to move on. Let's see, I mean, why can't we both sleep in the same bed? But okay, thank you for letting me have the bed. Cove offered a small smile.
Don't worry about it.
No problem.
So...
would you be okay with me sleeping on the floor in the room? I'd rather be there than out in the open in the living room, even if there is the couch. Yeah, I'll even raise you a better one. You can sleep with me in the bed. Yeah, you can sleep there. Kyra giggled softly, drawing your attention back to her. All funny stuff aside, you need to get some sleep for tomorrow. Seems like you're setting yourselves up to not get any. I know that sounds really capricious, but I'm a mom. I have to say these things. Come on, we're not little kids having a sleepover. We're responsible adults, right, Bunny? Cove is, though I can't say the same for myself. With a crooked smile, Cove shrugged and made a small amused sound. I'll just leave it at that then for now. Just remember that the walls are thin in this apartment. If you can't settle down and sleep, I might have to separate you. Oh, is she thinking that we're gonna be up to funny stuff? Oh my god, we'll be good. Okay. I think I just got the DM. Let me see. Okay. Alright, chat is spamming emotes to clean up vlogs right now. Okay. Okay. We are, aren't we? I'd say that's enough, I guess? Yeah. I can just see the emotes now. So, whatever you guys are talking about, we're good. But yeah, just no fake joking, like, about stuff, just in case. I remember people would do that during Danganronpa, like, fake joking, while some of them were, like, actual spoilers. Kyra do be looking decent, but still no simp on my side. Yeah, she looks really good. But yeah, she is still normie waifu. We'll be good.
Marvelous.
Perfect! Kyra clapped her hands together, her bracelets softly tinkling against each other again. It's only getting later, so I better let you prepare for bed. She nodded towards the hallway and gave you a small smile. I'll play hostess for a sec and show you where the bathroom is first. Bunny, and where you'll be staying the night. Thank you. Damn, if she's a normie waifu, then I don't want to be quirky. You hoisted your travel bag back over your shoulder and followed behind Kyron down the hallway. Yeah, whenever I say that someone's like a normie waifu, I mean like she's good, but like in like a basic way, you know? Like there's a reason that she's popular. Like it's like Saber. Saber is a normie waifu. I know why she is waifued, but she's also basic, you know? Cub shuffled along beside you, disappearing into the bedroom while his mom had you go to the restroom. The apartment was small but nicely decorated in soft, cool colors, with plenty of artwork hanging on the walls to give it character. If she's basic, then I don't want to be acidic. Chemistry joke. It was stylish, and exactly what you would have expected from someone like Kyra. After being shown the bathroom and wishing Kyra a good night, he headed into the room and found Cove already there. Ooh, this is a really pretty room. I love all the flowers. Is there sand on the ground, though? He changed into his sleepwear for the night as well. Is he gonna, like, he said he was gonna sleep on the floor. If there's sand in here, he'll be sleeping in the sand. Looking around, you found the bedroom to look much the same as the rest of the apartment, but with small ocean elements you were sure Cove must have enjoyed when he stayed here. I hate sand. All in all, the room was pretty and clean, though it almost looked more like a hotel guest room than a bedroom. Yeah, there's no sand. This ain't Cove's actual room. Cove only spent a few weeks out of the year here, so it made sense that it wasn't especially lived in. Twi gets chills every time someone disregards Kyra as basic. Twi's like going out doing some chores and he's like, I feel a disturbance in the force. Elio's saying something that I don't like.
So?
Ooh, the pajamas. What do you think? It's pretty nice, huh? Mom always keeps it clean and everything, even when I'm not here. It seriously looks like a hotel room. A really good hotel room. Cove huffed and turned away. He was being defensive over you, teasing, wait, what's wrong with the hotel room? When you went back to the room, you jumped in bed and under the covers, just as Cove was shuffling into his sleeping bag on the floor. Twi wondering if they're coming down with something because Elio keeps saying Kyra's normie taste. Poor Twi. You waited until he was settled in before you flipped off the lights, and a soft glow from outside peeked through the blinds, casting shadows over the floor. You closed your eyes, blocking everything out.
Night.
Yeah, Twi's gonna watch this VOD and he's gonna be like, damn it, y'all talking shit on me again. Night, Cove. Sleep well. The room grew quiet as the two of you wound down for the night, and you found yourself listening to the sounds of the city outside the window. The noise out there was so different to what you were used to back home. Cars zooming past and people out having fun instead of crashing waves and the ocean winds cocooning your house in their embrace. Yeah, because we must be like in the casino district, right? This feels familiar, don't you think? We've been having sleepovers for years. I remember when we were at Nevada and we like walked to a CVS and like we were really worried because it was like late at night and we were worried about like getting like robbed. Like it was like a really dark area and we would see like people that looked like really shady like walking around, and we were like, well, hope we can get to the CVS and then back to the hotel room in peace. And then we had to like walk up a really long winding stair to get to the hotel room. I hated it. But I'd rather that than take the elevator. Cove mumbled quietly and rustled in his bedding, turning to face towards your location.
Right?
Feels like I've had this view so many times. Looking up over at you tucked into bed. Oh, You watch me while I sleep? He trailed off a little, and you assumed he was drifting off to sleep, too tired to continue the conversation. But then, as if a switch had been hit, he sprung up, startling you as he shot upright in his sleeping bag. You guys have safe streets. Being mugged instead of taking the elevator? She's that much, huh? No. Like, we were away from, like, the hotel room, which had the elevator. We were walking a bit of a ways away to go to a CVS. Wait a minute. Why am I always on the floor? Yeah, why are you always on the floor? Get in the bed. This is like a big enough bed. I'm like really small, so I can make room. What? You raised your eyebrows at him through the dark. The times I slept over at your house, you got to stay in your bed. It was your bed after all. But when it was my family hosting things, Dad always made sure you got a bed there. The words spilled out of him faster and faster, the pitch of his voice rising as the revelation spiraled. No. You'd rather be in a CVS instead of taking the elevator. Yes, because I'm scared of elevators. You'd say that you were the guest, so it was only right. No matter what, I've always been the one who takes the floor. Every time. This is a racket. Floor gang. Yeah, I don't mind sleep, whenever Yume would sleep over, I would, like, if we didn't sleep, like, in the same bed, I would sleep on the floor. Let's go, floor. Like, the floor isn't that bad, as long as you get, like, some blankets to kind of, like, soften your back. I'm sorry, I didn't want it to be that way. I felt really bad about the whole thing, but Ko was too hysterical to listen. My life is crumbling. I can sleep on the floor, but only if I have a pillow, yeah. I, like, get, like a blanket that goes, like, on my back to, like, kind of cushion it, and then, like, a pillow, and then I'm pretty much good. It's a little annoying with how flat it is, but, like, my bed already is flat, so, like, I'm used to it. I do not have a good bed. I need to get, like, a memory foam bed someday. I can't believe it. This has been going on for 10 years. He stopped suddenly, and you could see through the limited light that his eyebrows were angled in disbelief, his frown wobbly in shock. Damn, bro, you are free to take the ceiling if you want. Yeah, you can take the little chair over there, Cove. That's how it is in my family. My moms have always thought that it was more fun and comfortable for the guests to use their own sleeping things rather than a stranger's bed. Okay, that doesn't make sense to me. I would rather have the guests sleep in the bed because it's more comfortable. Damn, 10 years of sleeping on the floor. Poor guy. His back must be ugh. In my family, the guest gets the bed because it's good to make sure your guest has a proper place of sleep. We were opposites all along, but I never even thought about it. Yeah, I would be like Ko if I had someone over. And it looked like the situation was gonna stall there. He suddenly scoffed.
It's okay.
At least you were comfortable all those times we shared a room. Even though he meant the words, he was being snarky about it. Despite looking on the bright side, he was still pouting. Yeah, I'll go over to him to cheer him up. Slipping out of bed, you kneeled down on the floor beside him. Though he promptly turned away from you and continued moping. Oh, I'm getting like this image of him like with a little pout while he's blushing. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I'll fluff his hair. Thinking of nothing else to do, you leaned in and gave his hair a reassuring ruffle, earning a grumble in response. However, you didn't miss the blush that spread across his cheeks and stained his skin. I'll hold him and stroke his hair. With renewed determination, you pulled him fully against you and began to comfortably run one hand through his hair. Oh, baby. He really is a baby. He softened with the touch, gentle hums escaping him. Your heart tightened into your chest, finding him utterly adorable in that moment. Wonder what his mom thinks we're doing. How are you feeling now? You brushed your fingers across his bangs, and he made a small, contented sound. Firstly, if I wasn't judged by it, we'd sleep in the wood part of the bed and put the mattress on top. What? Don't judge it till you try it? Wait, how does that work? Any better? By now he had started leaning into you. Cove? Did he start falling asleep? His eyes snapped open, landing on you with dawning realization. Stop. I'm supposed to be upset about the floor thing. A quiet laugh slipped out of you before you could stop it. And even past the dim light, you saw the flesh spreading across Cove's face, all the way down to the tips of his ears. He sulked, and upon noticing your grin, he gave you a playful nudge to go back to bed. Which, with a sense of satisfaction, you did. With a tired sigh, he flopped back down. I can make do with the floor, for old time's sake. Some real humor came back to his tone. It's basically a tradition by now. Yeah, why don't we share? I've been thinking this the whole time. Like, I'm small enough. This looks like a big enough bed for the both of us. It's big enough. Cove inhaled deeply, the fabric of his sleeping bag crinkling loudly as he fidgeted beneath. I told my mom I was gonna stay on the floor. He frowned, wondering when that had ever stopped him before. Did you really plan on going through with that? I guess once you put some covers on top of the wood part of the frame of the bed, you sleep there, and then you put the mattress over you. I feel like that would be really heavy, though. No. Definitely a queen-size bed. Yeah, it looks like a queen-size bed, not a junior, with how wide it is. It does look a little short, though. He hesitated a little, the silence stretching between you. You couldn't help but smile to yourself. You knew him well. Mom be like, I wonder if they'd be in lewd. Elio, uno. Also, you draw 2 cards, bitch. The sleeping bag rustled again, and through the dim light, you saw him stand and head towards the bed. He took in a deep breath as he ran his hands across the top of the blanket, gathering his nerves as his eyes met yours. And then he paused, head tilted to the side, as if silently asking permission. What if we were boys, and we both slept in the same bed? It's alright. 2 guys sleep in a bed. Cause we are gay. You shuffled over to make room for him as he pulled the bedding up and crawled beneath the covers, leaving the 2 of you close together, but not quite touching. He exhaled a heavy breath as he lay down on his side, his head getting comfy on the pillow next to yours. Nah, bro, mattresses are cumbersome to carry, but not heavy. Oh-huh. I always thought they would be pretty heavy if you put it on yourself, but I guess I've never tried that, so... You had a strange feeling in your stomach, like it was doing somersaults, but it felt good to have him close. When his eyes met yours again, you found yourself lost in them, the world becoming still and silent around you. Then he froze, his muscles tensing as he closed up like a clam and his breath hitched in his throat. God, Cove is so cute. He attempted to whisper something, but it was completely lost to you. With that having to suffice as a warning, Cove jumped out of the bed and crouched down on the floor, his head held in his hands as he took in a few deep, stuttering breaths. Oh, my baby's nervous. You bolted upright in the bed, staring down at him with a mixture of alarm and bemusement. Are you okay?
I'm always like this.
I thought it'd feel like it did before when we were younger, but it's different now. I'm sorry, Bunny. Really sorry. I'm just so... It's fine, bro. He panted deeply in and out as though he had just finished running an entire marathon. After finally steadying his breathing to a normal rhythm, he crawled back into his sleeping bag and huddled down on the floor, his back turned to you. Aw, man! Sorry. I don't know. Yeah, I understand. He usually needed at least one trial run before he could take that kind of step forward. Yeah, thank you for trying. He made a small noise acknowledging that he had heard you, but said no more. With the event over, you laid back down in bed alone for this night. Yeah, we can always try some other time. Like when we're married. The next day dawned, bringing with it the sounds of birds chirping happily outside the window. You opened your eyes slowly, letting them adjust to the light as you tried to recall where you were, and remembering the unfamiliar sight of Cove's second bedroom. I've been like kind of waking up on my own, but I mostly set alarms. You know what? No. No. I would have probably gotten and woken up. Cove seems to me like an early riser, so he would probably wake me up. I am not an early riser. Which is again why I am surprised that I woke up this early today. Rise and shine, Bunny. Cove shook your pillow, or your shoulder, and you groaned dramatically and buried your head beneath your pillow. Yeah, that sounds like something I'd do. 5 more minutes.
No way.
We gotta get started. Sitting up in bed, you let out a yawn and stretched your arms above your head. Yeah, I still felt pretty groggy. You're used to sleeping in longer than this, and the late night hadn't helped. Morning. Of course he's an early riser. He'll break into your house to drag you outside at 3 a.m. He really is. He really does. He's like, come on, let's go to the beach. Come on, let's go before everyone starts showing up. Come on. And like me going to sleep at like 1 a.m. being like that one meme of the guy in bed. Like he's gotta like splash water on me. The two of you are on completely different wavelengths right now. You pulled yourself out of bed, grabbing a fresh change of clothes and your toiletries, before heading to the bathroom. After all that, you met Cove back in his room. He was sitting on the floor when you entered, sorting through a bunch of stuff in a box, determining what to bring and what to leave behind. Hey.
Hey.
Can you pull out the stuff in those drawers? He nodded, though he hadn't even looked up from his task, so you knew he wouldn't have seen. Heading over to his drawers, you started the task of taking out various items and setting them on the ground in front of Cove. After a while, it became clear to you that Cove was acting strange whenever you went near him. He was flinching over your presence. Oh, over the bed thing. I'm sorry, Cove. I just didn't think the bed thing was that big of a deal. But then again, we are dating. So, I would not want to do that if we were dating. Upon reflection. It happened a few more times before you couldn't take the awkwardness any longer. You dropped the stuff you were holding down in front of him and raised a questioning eyebrow. I guess I still kinda thought of him as a friend. Is everything okay?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry about last night. Again. He quietly squeaked the second part of his thought. About not staying in the bed with you. I know you try not to mind or be mad at me, but I wish I didn't have to make you accept me backtracking all the time. It's fine. I backtrack all the time, bro. He swallowed thickly, struggling to find the right words to explain himself. Damn, is it weird to sleep with your homies? I don't think it's weird. I've slept with my homies before, just sharing the same bed. But, like, I'm dating Cove, so there's a difference between homies and dating. I did that all the time in high school. Yeah, just casually sleeping with the homies. Yeah. Like, if you don't have enough beds, just sleep with the homies. I'm small enough, so I've never, like, worried about room when sharing with the homies. I do think it felt nice, really. Really, it's just also not bad, but good in an inconvenient way.
I mean...
Laying together like that, being so close, it gets too hot, you know? Well, I love being warm. His cheeks flushed with color, and he immediately trailed off, his eyes firmly fixed on the floor. Oh my god, some of these responses. Oh my god. I get it, you will stay the whole night next time, right? Sounds kind of pressuring, but this one, it's annoying, but it's what I signed up for with you. Do better next time. That's so mean. That's so mean. Oh my god. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, that one's so rude. Yeah, I'll nod in acceptance. He let out a fractured chuckle. Thanks, Bunny. If you're alright, then let's get back to packing. I don't want to actually bring you down by not shutting up about it. With it more or less resolved, you went to grab some more items as Cove focused on the box in front of him once again. We don't have more than a day, and we already being toxic. Like, what the hell? Yeah. Start dating Cove and then immediately becomes a terrible person. Like, what the fuck was that response? My god. Trying to guilt trip Cove into sleeping with us? Oh hey, look at this. When you turned towards the sound of Cove's voice, you found him digging through one of the drawers beneath the bed.
Neat.
Here's something I definitely need to bring. Neat. Craning your head, you got a better glimpse of what he was holding. A small stack of papers. You immediately recognized the handwriting as your own. Those are letters you had sent him when he was away. Aww, he kept them all in a box. He kept them the whole time. Oh. It's adorable that you care so much for them, baby. He sighed, glancing between you and the items in his hands. Aww. They bring back some good memories. A faint blush of color crept over his cheeks, and he looked away quickly.
It's nice.
These are special. It was important, having a piece of you with me when we were apart. I feel the same way. That's why I gave them to you. Cove smiled, pleased that the feeling was mutual, but then the expression became more amused. And did you keep the souvenirs I brought back? Of course! Yeah, of course. His grin grew to completion. I don't get rid of anything my friends give me. If I lose something, it's not my fault. I did not throw it away. Thanks. Another hour passed by in silence, and you were happy to see you were making great progress with Cove's room, with only the closet left to sort through. You took a minute to take a mouthful of water from your bottle and perched on the edge of the bed, feeling productive. Cove glanced over at you and paused, putting down the tape gun he had been using to seal up his boxes. He raised an eyebrow. God, imagine picking the toxic option, The boy keeps your letters throughout the years and you make him cry. Yeah, right? I'm noticing like a trend with some of these options where you can be like a total douchebag to Cove, even when you're dating. Like who does that? Who does a playthrough of that? Like, what the hell? Why would you ever be mean to this boy? Unless you were like children and like you dunked his head in the water, but that's like your children and that's initiation. But now he's a sweet baby. You know, it's really strange to see you sitting in this room. Why? I guess if it's if you just want to roleplay as a jerk. Yeah, I guess so. He frowned a little, his eyes distant and his voice quiet when he spoke next. Teasing? Yeah, that ain't teasing. That's being toxic. During the visit to Mom's, when I was sitting alone in this room, I'd sometimes think about how you weren't here. I think it's like for someone who wants to see what happens, they deserve to be demolished by Sans, for fuck's sake. Yeah, you know what? Sans was on to something. Sans really was on to something. Not all options need to be explored. It was a weird feeling at that time, that you just weren't around. And now that you're here, in this exact place, it's... I don't know how to explain the feeling. He shrugged it off and smiled a little, as though he'd said enough already and didn't want to risk sounding silly. I guess it's one to make choosing the good options more meaningful, too, if you want to play as a jerk just for fun. Like when you play as a racist fascist in Disco Elysium. Yeah, that's true. Life is pretty confusing is all. I'm just like, who did the jerk asshole run in our life? I just need to talk. My favorite evil dialogue in an RPG is in Fallout New Vegas. If you shoot a war memorial, a soldier comes and says, "Hey, what the hell, my brother's name is there." And you can tell him your brother was a little bitch and so are you. Then he aggroes. God bless Fallout New Vegas. Jesus Christ! I missed you so much when you were gone. His brows crinkled as he thought of you, as he looked at you solemnly, his eyes bright with emotion. I don't remember if there's a thing that Cove breaks up with you. Honestly, if you're like a douchebag, Cove should break up with you, in my humble opinion. Cove should break up with you if you're gonna treat him like shit. I missed you too, all the time. It made you feel better to know that somehow. To know that when you were stuck at home missing his company, that he was missing yours too. He looked away satisfied, heading over to the closet, and the last of the items to be sorted. Thing is, that dialogue also happens if you just take a photo, because the camera is coded as a weapon. Really? Oh my god. Yeah, I just shot it with a camera, bro. Why are you treating it like I destroyed it? Before long, every box, closet, and drawer had been thoroughly combed through, with the items either neatly packed up in boxes or organized and returned to their proper place. Free him, please. Asshole runs should have Cove break up with you. With a sigh of relief, you glance around the bedroom and the work you had done together.
Alright.
We're done. Good job to us. I'm gonna change out of my PJs for the drive. Yeah. When the two of you headed out into the living room, ready to get everything finalized and hit the road, you found Kyra in the kitchen, pouring a cup of tea. Cove headed towards her, leaning casually against the counter that divided the two spaces. Hey, you didn't have to get up so early. Also, hold on. I did put some, I put some clothes in the washer, so I'm gonna go really fast, and I'm gonna go put them in the dryer real fast. Give me just one moment. Okay, I'm back. Hey, you didn't need to get up so early.
Come on.
Are you crazy? Of course I have to see you out before you go. You can't sneak away while I'm out cold. She beamed at him and in all honesty seemed more than happy to be up and getting ready for the day. I don't know what to cook today. Pancakes! Oh, give me one moment. I need to drink some water. Ugh. Had like a really bad nasal buildup all of a sudden. Do you want some breakfast? I got some... What is that? Wesley? What is that? Or eggs and toast. Oh, and some of that fruity cereal you used to love. Fruity Pebbles? I want some Fruity Pebbles. That's okay. You should really eat on the road. Oh, we should really eat on the road. Humida? What's Humida? Kyra smiled sadly, a little disappointed, but she seemed to understand that your time was running thin. Got some Pocky and Ramune. Kyra probably. Yeah. I thought you might say that. In that case, I packed you some snacks for the road.
What do you think?
Even if you don't end up eating them, take it anyway, just in case. You can always feed them to Cliff when you get home. And tell him I said hi. Clove laughed and shook his head. Knowing his dad would love nothing more than to polish off whatever food Kyra had prepared for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mom. You really didn't have to. Yeah, that's nice of you to organize this for us. Not a problem. I wanted to make sure you'd be properly fed at least. She returned your smile with one of her own, before putting her cup of tea aside. Humida is like grinded corn, so it gets like a paste and cheese. Ooh, that sounds really good. I do love me some corn. I really want to get the Korean hot dogs. It's been forever since I've had Korean hot dogs. Oh. Well, I'll help you get the car packed.
Sure.
Next time I meet up with Song and Yume, we need to go to the Korean hot dog place. Sure, thanks. The three of you gotta move on, taking the boxes from Cove's bedroom and heading down to fill the back seat of the car, until there was barely an inch of space left in the back and trunk. I don't like corn, but it's easy to make and tasty. I like corn because it's kind of like the best of both worlds between like a vegetable and like a fruit. Like it's kind of sweet, but like not too sweet. And it's like good for you, so I like eating corn a lot. With all of you helping, it only took a couple of trips to move everything, and you were done before you knew it. I think like other than carrots, I think corn is my favorite veggie. Then it was truly time to say goodbye. You convened back inside the apartment, where Kyra looked over the two of you with a quiet smile. It was great to see you both. Thank you for coming. She gave each of you a hug, and you felt a little sad that you hadn't been able to spend more time with her. It was good to see you too, Mom. Cove embraced her in return, two of them holding onto each other for a few seconds longer. I'll miss you, but I'll visit again soon.
Of course.
You better. Hey, we should make plans for you to visit. We should make plans for you to visit us too. I'll let you know when it's settled. I'd love that. Kara bundled all the stuff she prepared into a bag and handed them over to you. You took a quick peek at what she had packed. How not like corn, right? Corn's so good. Also, Song, we gotta get Korean hot dogs sometime soon. I'm craving them. There was fruits, nuts, seeds, hard-boiled eggs, and some veggie sticks. Ooh, I want some hard-boiled eggs. I want some deviled eggs. Deviled eggs sounds really good right now.
Cool.
Oh, good to see we've got some fresh food options now. The snacks I brought weren't. Kyra shook her head at him and let out a soft laugh, as though she wouldn't have expected anything else. One thing I've tried is called Tita, purple corn juice. That one is tasty and the sweetness is from the corn, so it's healthy. Ooh. I'll have to look into that then. I never thought about having corn as like a juice, but that sounds good. I seriously hope you're feeding yourself better than that at home. Yeah, of course. Just not on trips. I can live with that then. She looked over him fondly, her eyes at last focusing on his face and filling with emotion. Oh, she's gonna miss him. I always feel bad, like, for, like, the parents when, like, they get to see their kids for one day and then they're like, I'm out. And then they're just kind of alone for a while. Oh no. What is the dumbest inside joke you guys ever came up with? I ask because I just remembered that with my friends we had an inside joke about the Chinese government spying on us. So we would scream how Taiwan is a real country so they would not listen. Mine is the Roberto thing. That's my dumbest inside joke is Roberto. I'm gonna miss you, baby.
Me too.
The Roberto thing is dumb AF, but I love it. Yeah. The Roberto thing is my favorite inside joke. Yeah, Roberto is Roberto. Let's see. Yeah, we'll all be together again before you know it. I hope so. Kyra put an arm around you both, pulling you in tight to her sides for one final scream. Or squeeze. For one final scream, she just screams at the top of her lungs. Ah, don't leave me!
Bye.
Have a safe trip. Mine is saying that butterflies are birds and birds are butterflies, if only to drive Lynn nuts. Oh, the butterfly. Is this a bird name? We will. I'm sorry, Leonix. If you don't know who Roberto is, then that's just skill issue, honestly. Roberto will hear of this. I am telling him about it right now. You hear that, Roberto? Linux doesn't know you. Linux doesn't know you, Roberto. Yeah, Roberto's kind of sad. He's like crying. He's crying right now. He's like standing in the corner. He's like in a fetal position. How could you not remember Roberto? He's been here like all these streams. It's okay. Roberto isn't worth knowing about. Yeah. It's kind of shitty. I just kind of throw my shoe at him every day. With a last goodbye, you exited the apartment, though Cove hesitated for a moment in the door, his expression distant. You weren't sure what he was doing, though you tentatively took a step towards him. Everything okay? Your voice seemed to bring him back to earth, and he shook his head to clear his thoughts, his green hair swaying from side to side.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. With that, the two of you headed back down to the car, ready to make the long trip home. Soon enough, you were on the wide open road with a car full of Cove's things, and only one destination, Sunset Berg, California. See, I knew it was in California! The drive went as smoothly as could be expected, with the morning slowly creeping into midday as the miles flew by. The day flew by in a whirl of open road and sunshine, and before you knew it, it was early afternoon. At that point, you had already crossed the state line. Cove announced that he planned a little stop on the way home. He was quite pleased with himself as you arrived at the precipice. Oh, the Redwood National Park! Yeah! Oh my god! Cove! Yes! Shaded beneath a canopy of enormous redwood trees, you drove along. Yes! They make Cove's kite an orca shirt, but it's not located in San Francisco. Yeah, I feel like I get the feeling they maybe live in LA, Because, like, the trip to LA is, like, 3 hours from where I live. And, like, the distance from here to Nevada is a bit longer than I remember the distance to Nevada. So I think that means I'm closer to Nevada than where this game takes place. So I'm gonna make the assumption that it's set in, like a fictional version of LA or, like, Bakersfield or something. When Cove parked the car, you pushed the door to get out, and the first thing you did was look up. Alright, though. I think I am gonna end here for our life. We'll go on our little Redwood National Park date next time.